Hello YouTube, it's Chris here, and in today's episode we're going to be discussing the Gear Only box for May 2017 by Survival Boxes. So stick with me. Welcome back everybody, and thank you for sticking with me. Like I said, today we're going to be discussing the Gear Only box for May 2017 by Survival Boxes. Now, for anybody new to the channel, Survival Boxes is a multi-package monthly subscription service. And what I mean by that is they offer 3 separate packages in their subscription service. The Alpha, the Bravo, and the Gear Only box, which we're discussing today. Now, for anybody who follows my channel, you guys know that I love Survival Boxes because they try really hard at being a well-rounded service. They don't just stuff gear porn in your face. Now, they do have the Gear Only box for us who like gear, but like in their Alpha and Bravo series, they do a very good job of trying to be rounded and giving you provisions, some food supplements, some knowledge and things like that. And to touch on that, this is a survival knowledge card number 16, which is 12 plants and foliage you can survive on, which is amazing. So for anybody who doesn't study herbology and actually know the plants around them, this can give them a guide and a reference point to do some research and teach their kids at the same time. And that is something that I do. We have the notebook and in the welcome box, and every so often they provide a notebook for their survival boxes. But I've been collecting all of the knowledge cards they've got, and now I have a good reference point to give my kids some knowledge that they can read over, and we can do some discussions, and they can have some theoretical knowledge before we head outdoors. Now, this month's theme is camping and bug out comfort. And for those of us who go out camping, you know that if you're not fully prepared, you can be pretty miserable pretty quickly outdoors. Now, the first 2 items in the box are these Epic wipes. These are a massive, massive wet wipe. These things are freaking incredible. We've gotten these in a few different subscription services before, and we're going to be doing a full review on these, but these things are amazing. It is a giant wet wipe about the size of a freaking towel. This thing is huge. It is designed to give you an ability to, without being able to take a shower, to be able to clean yourself off if you get really dirty, sweaty, you're working outside all day. You need to kind of rinse off and kind of get ready to go so you're not just filled with grime and dirt until you get back to your, you're back to your home and you can take a shower. Now, the next item on the list is this biodegradable concentrated camp soap. Now, I like this because they actually give you a full 8-ounce bottle, which is great. But for this, it's fragrance free, so you're not gonna smell like, anything weird outdoors, but it's biodegradable. It means it will actually break down for you while you're outdoors, so it's safe to use out in nature. Now, the next item on the list is an extremely important one. This is the UST 5-gallon solar shower. And for you guys who don't know what that is, you actually use the fact of this black outer coating to fill up some water inside here up to 5 gallons, and you let it sit out in the sun for several hours. And what that does is it heats up your water and gives you a warm shower. Now, out here in Texas, I can tell you for certain, it does not take long to get nasty, crazy, and funky in the outdoors. But being able to, even if you're going to be outdoors the whole time, be able to kind of wash off the filth and the funk from the next day, or at night before you go and lay in your tent, your hammock, wherever you're going to be, that's a really, really helpful thing. It boosts morale. It kind of gives you a nice, fresh, clean feeling as the sun goes down and you go to enjoy the campfire and such. But, as you can see, this bad boy is freaking huge. Now, the next item, it doesn't necessarily pertain to me because I'm not a coffee drinker. However, they have the Planetary design double shot French press mug. And this is pretty cool because it helps you take your mug. All you got to do is pour some hot water in there if you need to. And you can use it as a French press because it is one. And it'll make you a cup of coffee, but you can take the French press out, put in the drinkable lid, and you've got a hot cup of coffee with you all morning. Now, to coincide with the French press, they have a nice big bag of Erie coffee roasters, which is the micro roaster so you can use in your coffee mug. Like I said, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I know for a lot of people, having an ability to drink some coffee, get some caffeine in you, something warm to kind of get your blood vessels flowing is really important to them in the outdoors. Now, the next item on the list is called FiberLight. This is finely ground wood fiber and wax. It's a fire starter. And this is pretty neat. I like the fact that they actually put a Ranger band to help keep out some moisture and keep this thing sealed up, so when you put this in your pack, it won't just kind of come open and explode. Now, being able to start a fire is extremely important, so what we did is we went outside and actually, lighted fire with this thing. We noticed we got some pretty good run times with it. It wasn't too bad at all. and it was pretty easy to start a fire. Now, we did use a really high-grade FireSteel from 4 Directions Bushcraft, so being able to light a fire with pretty much anything, we would get plenty of sparks with that. However, with the amount of wood fiber and wax material they give you in this thing, if you use it sparingly and you actually process your tinder really well, which is already pretty processed really nicely, you'll be able to get pretty long run times and be able to get yourself a fire started as long as you plan ahead. Now, the next item on the list is the Ration tool by Kershaw. And this is a pretty neat ration tool. Now, some people may not like the fact that the fork is poking out on the other end, but it has a bottle opener. You can clamp this to your pack with the carabiner they actually have with you. You have the spoon and the fork, so you can actually eat with some of the mess kits and other things they provide in this pack. The next item on the list is this 8-piece med kit by Red Rock. And this reminds me of a few other mess kits I've seen because it's basically designed to be an inclusive mess kit in a container, so it'll close up nicely. But once you open it up, you'll see that you actually have a plastic cutting board and a strainer for some like rice, pasta, anything like that. You have a seasoning shaker, which is kind of nice to have so you can have some flavorful food. You have a cup or a small bowl for either like oatmeal or some tea, coffee, anything like that. And then you have your metal utensils. I actually like the fact they included metal utensils because it can handle the heat if you need to do any stirring. And it looks like, from what I can see, you got a fork, a spoon, and a knife in this kit, along with the actual main plate or bowl you can use to eat your food. Now, the next item on the list is another mess kit. This is from OliCamp. This is actually a stainless steel mess kit instead of the plastic one we just looked at. But in this one is more designed for the actual cooking over the fire aspect instead of the carrying storage and the eating portion. So as we can tell by looking at this thing, you can see that it does have a good snap to it. So you'll have a secure closing when this thing is fully opened, but you'll have a nice bowl to be able to eat out of, but I would suggest keep this out of the fire, obviously. You've got a pot lid, got a plastic cup for either measuring or drinking anything out of. Then you have a container. This would be really good for like soups or any stews that you decide to make, and it keeps this thing where you can actually hang this from like a tripod. And last but not least, you have a decent sized skillet to put things like meats and vegetables and everything and actually do your cooking over the fire. Now, the last item on the list is the FreeScape by Gerber, and we would have had this video out a lot sooner, but we actually wanted to take some of this stuff out and use it, as you've been able to see through the action footage we've been rolling in. But this is a really good chopping and food prep designed knife. It's good for the light and medium tasks with a stainless steel blade and the coating. The rubberized grip is really good to make sure you don't lose your grip on there. It was really nice in hand, but it sliced really delicate foods really, really, really well. Now, the sheath isn't anything super awesome or anything to write home about, but it's like a $30 knife, so it is what it is. But it's got a decent spot to put it for belt carry. It's got a thermoplastic liner in there so you don't rip open your nylon webbing, and it does have a Velcro strap to make sure that you can secure this knife in the sheath without too many problems. Now, since my wife is the culinary chef of the house, she's basically the one who's formally trained. We both cook, though. We let her take this for a spin for an entire food prep on the meal for breakfast, and this thing did amazing, from all of the vegetables and the meats and everything that it had to work up and cut and slice. It did an amazing, amazing, amazing job. It came really sharp out of the box. It was really comfortable, very easy to use, and that's something you look for when you're looking for a food prep knife or something you're going to take with you outdoors. All in all, I really, really like this box. I think they did an extremely good job. It was very thought out. You have plenty of items, and the value is definitely there. For this box, you would pay about $89.99 per month. And something that Survival Boxes started doing, which I really enjoy because I do my own individual research, they actually started dropping in the lowest online price, or basically Amazon, into their equation when they give you the value of the box. So you get the full retail value, which is rated at $159.20, and also the lowest online price, which rounds out to about $148.08. Now, I did my own individual research, and I was able to find everything for $136.24 online, and that was before I put it in the cart and accounted for any shipping for anybody who may or may not have Amazon Prime. But like I said, I think they killed it this month. I think they did a really good job. Survival Boxes seems to be really stepping up their game with their themes and the amount of items, the quality items, and the actual gear they put in their gear only box. the past couple months, and I'm really excited to see what they come up with in the future. But one quick announcement we want to give you guys before we go is we have our impending 50,000 subscriber giveaway, where we're going to be giving away $5,000 worth of awesome gear and prizes. And if you want us to get us to that goal quickly, we definitely need you to share this out with your friends and family and your social media networks so we can keep growing, thriving, and making awesome videos for you guys. But that just about does it for now. I hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.